Treasure Island. Chapter 8. Jim Hawkins, we prepared our weapons. And the captain told us what to do. Doctor, you stay by the door. Hunter, stay at the east of the fort. Joyce can stand at the west. Gray and Trelawney will stay at the north. If the pirates get inside the north of the fort, we're in trouble. After an hour, Joyce said that he saw someone coming. We all looked and listened, and we got our weapons ready. Suddenly, Joyce fired his gun. Then, we heard guns firing at us from all sides of the fort. There was a lot of noise and smoke, but nobody was hurt. Then everything went quiet again. Did you hit anyone? The captain asked Joyce. I don't think so, he replied. How many people fired on your side, Doctor? Asked Captain Smollett. There were 3, he replied. How many on your side, Trelawney? Gray were not sure. They thought 7, 8 or 9. There was only one shot fired from the east and west. So, we knew that the pirates wanted to attack mostly from the north. But Captain Smollett told us to stay where we were. We didn't have much time to talk. A group of pirates ran from the trees towards the north of the fort. And their guns started firing again. Some of the pirates tried to climb the fence. But Joyce shot 2 of them. And 1 ran back to the trees. However, 4 were now inside the fences. And 7 more continued to fire at us from the trees. Our men fired at the 4 pirates, but did not hit them. They were now running up the hill to the fort. And one of them climbed up and took Hunter's gun. Another ran in through the door, where the doctor killed him. Captain Smollett then told us to go to the other side of the fort. I ran there quickly, and suddenly found one of the pirates, Anderson, in front of me. He was going to attack me with his sword, but Gray saw him and killed him before I was hurt. At the same time, the pirates inside the fences were killed by our guns. I was safe, but others were not. Poor Joyce and Hunter were dead, and Captain Smollett was hurt. Have the pirates gone? Asked Captain Smollett weakly. Some of them have gone, said Dr. Livesey, but 5 of them will never walk again. That's good, said Captain Smollett. There are fewer pirates for us to fight. I know that we can win. The pirates did not return that day, so we had time to eat and look after the people who were hurt. Dr. Livesey said that Captain Smollett would get better, but he should not walk or even talk if he didn't need to. In the early afternoon, Dr. Livesey took his hat and a gun, then he put the map in his pocket and left the fort. What is he doing? Asked Gray when we saw him walk into the trees. Is he crazy? The doctor has a plan, I said. I think he's going to visit Ben Gunn. That afternoon, I thought about where the doctor was. I remembered how good it felt to walk through the trees and on the beach. It was much nicer than staying inside the hot fort. I decided to take some biscuits and a gun. I wanted to go down to the rocks where Ben Gunn said there was a boat. When nobody was looking, I quietly left the fort. I walked quickly towards the east of the island. It was now late afternoon, but the sun was still high. As I went nearer to the coast, the wind became stronger and it wasn't as hot. Soon I could see the big waves of the blue sea, and then I walked down the beach, feeling happy. At the end of the beach I climbed a hill. I could see the Hispaniola, with the pirate flag flying in the wind. And I could see Silver in one of the small boats, talking to his men. I could not hear what they said, although I could hear the cry of the parrot, Captain Flint. The sun was going down and soon there was a mist. I knew that I needed to be quick and find the boat that evening. It took me a long time to walk to the white rock where Ben Gunn said his boat was. It was nearly dark when I finally found it inside a tent made of animal skins. It was badly made from old wood and it was very small, although I thought that it would be very fast on water. Now I had my own plan. I thought that I could go the Hispaniola in the night and cut the rope to the anchor. So, I ate my biscuits while I waited for it to become dark. When I stood up later, there was mist everywhere. I picked up the boat and carried it to the beach. In the darkness, I could just see a fire where the pirates were sleeping in the trees, and another distant light from the Hispaniola. I put the small boat into the water, and began my journey to the ship. I found that the boat was very difficult to steer, but the wind helped me to get to the Hispaniola. Soon, I was next to the big ship and I began cutting the thick anchor rope. I could now hear some of the pirates talking on the ship. One of the men was called Hans, but I did not know the other man. They both seemed angry. The rope finally broke, and I moved away from the ship. As I was leaving, I saw a light in one of the windows where the sailors were talking. I don't know why, but I decided to look into the window. I saw that Hans and the other pirate were fighting each other. I sat down in the boat, but I realized that the wind was taking me quickly out to sea. Now it no longer had the anchor rope, the wind was moving the Hispaniola, too. The wind took my boat into large waves. I closed my eyes and waited for a terrible end, dreaming of my home and the Admiral Benbow. The next thing I knew, it was light and I found myself in the boat on the southwest end of Treasure Island. The sun was up, but I couldn't see it because of the high cliffs on this side of the island. There were big waves hitting the rocks below, and it would be impossible for me to take the boat to the shore. I remembered that on the map, there was a place called Cape of Woods. This was a place of tall trees and it also had a beach. I would try to get there. The boat sailed well, but when I tried to steer it, the boat hit the waves and I was soon completely wet. I realized, however, that if I lay down in the boat, it found its way through the waves on its own. I used a paddle to steer the boat a little, and it moved very slowly towards the Cape of Woods.